Good evening, folks. It's Diamond with the Oppenheimer Ranch Project, Magnetic Reversal News, Sacred Geography, and Shinrin Yoku, bringing you a grand solar minimum update Wednesday, December 13th, 8:30 p.m. Mountain Time 2023. Merry Christmas! Enhanced geomagnetic activity is bringing enhanced aurora to your region. Keep calm. It's boom time. 30 inches in 36 hours. Hours of powers. Snow forecast intensifies in southern Colorado, and that extends all the way south. The southern mountains could get buried in up to 30 inches near Trinidad. And take a look, that moves down into New Mexico, and that means difficult winter travel for northeast New Mexico overnight as rain and snow increases. We're expecting a few inches to maybe a dump by morning. Winter weather advisories in effect today for parts of central New York due to lake effect snow, so heed the warnings. And ho, 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 surprise snow dump closes Anchorage schools Wednesday. Shut up, Al, get in your hole! Al Gore is not happy. He said there would be no more snow. And in fact, the snowpack in Alaska is epic. It is all above average for most of the state. One region lacking up in the north. But if we take a look at the U.S. as a whole, we have a deficit for snow. Just one region above 100% here in the center, maybe down here in New Mexico. A few other regions looking good in the green and the blue. But overall, in the perimeter here, we need more of the global warming goodness. And it's coming, and no one's bumming. But there is a developing Gulf system that may bring severe weather flooding to Florida and the southeast like a beast. Take a look at this thing brewing here in the Gulf of Mexico. Through Friday and Saturday, it's going to blow up here at the beginning of the weekend. It's going to bring heavy rain from Louisiana all the way to the Panhandle down into Florida. Now, it's been raining in Florida, so this heavy system that's moving up here could be tropical by Sunday. Well, and it will be a fun day for the Gulf states as this baby barrels up through like Georgia and Mississippi and other regions. Take a look at that. Holy macaroni. It's going to be a wet one through Monday into the work week here as this nor'easter explodes. And by Tuesday on the back end, there should be some heavy snow for the northeast like a beast. Here's the full forecast. Winter storm in the southern Rockies and high plains. Heavy rainfall across South Florida. A winter storm will begin to impact portions of the southern Rockies and high plains today. Hey, hey. Light to heavy snowfall will be possible through Thursday, especially across southern Colorado and northern New Mexico. Let me tell you what, I was at the tire store today and I waited 4 hours to get 4 tires put on. So, holy macaroni. Meanwhile, across the southeast, a front stalled in Florida will increase the threat for heavy to excessive rainfall over the next few days. We showed you the GFS model, and that could lead to isolated flooding. So please heed the warnings from your local weather station. And here is the white winter. There it is, the white Christmas forecast. Holy macaroni, let's walk it through. Here is the snow that's going to be moving through our region Thursday and into Friday morning. It should be moving east while the system is dumping in BC. And there are the totals. Looks like Tahoe Valley going to be picking up the biggest totals, 16 or more inches, as well as the southern mountains here in my region. Let's just move this through Saturday into Sunday. What a fun day. A little clipper will be moving across the Dakotas into Minnesota and Wisconsin there. Nothing spectacular. Some lake effect snow spattering in the northeast you can see there. And here, take a look. By Monday, that snow should be descending. That system will be descending into the Sierras and more snow in our neck of the woods. We'll move this through the 21st, the 22nd, the 23rd. Here is Christmas Eve. Most of the West, look at that. Big white Christmas, and the East Coast, the high elevations, will be seeing snow Christmas morning and Christmas Day. Take a look at that. That is your white Christmas forecast, and I'm sticking with it. If we move the models through, they get whiter and whiter, and Al is not very happy. Now, a second cold wave envelops China, Beijing especially, in snow and ice. And people, well, they're partying in it. Take a look at that. People playing with snow and snowfall in Beijing. Ding, ding. Blizzard and heavy snow forecast for Beijing today and tomorrow. And China issues its first freezing alert since 2013. What say you? Is that due to global warming? Well, the mainstream seems to think so. Cumulative snowfall in some areas by Friday could be the highest in over a decade. And that's a boom. Seismic update. No quakes of note. We do have activity in the mid-ocean ridge as the Earth, due to low KP, is probably growing at this moment. We do have a quake up here in Yellowstone, 3.0. That could be the doom for all of us. Probably not. Some activity happening also at the volcano in Hawaii. So we could be looking at the next eruption soon as that activity is picking up. Some slight uptick on the Reykjanes Peninsula as well, waiting for an imminent eruption with massive amounts of magma sitting just north of Grindavik. A few dozens, if not 100 earthquakes in the last 24 hours are still keeping people's knickers in a bunch. Worldwide Volcano News Update, nothing spectacular today. Krakatoa still continuing its effusive eruptive activity, which has been occurring over the last month. Dukono to 8,000 feet. Well, we also have Krakatoa is coming back in at 4,000 here. Santo Huito, Sangay. Marapi with an A, 12,000 feet, continuing its assault on the nearby inhabitants. And we've also got Ubainas today, Fuego to 15,000 feet, Sabancaya to 24,000 feet, Santo Guido to 15,000 feet, Sangay to 20,000, and Marapi, there we go. Sporadic eruptions are continuing. Here's the space weather outlook. We did have a moderate duration, low-level M flare earlier coming from the disk. No CME reported. There it is again. And there has been an enhancement just a few hours ago of that. All telemetry, an uptick here in the density, uptick in the speed, not too high though, still below 400 kilometers per second, and the temperature perturbed as well. This is all due to the BZ shifting down, and well, that's going to lead to a little bit of aurora enhancement, which we can see now. It's getting even better. The 30-minute aurora forecast is looking good for Canada, so get out, look up, and enjoy the aurora because it's going to be continuing for days. The 3-day geomagnetic forecast is showing instability for the 15th as well as the 16th. So we'll keep a close eye on the coronal hole as it approaches and intensifies the geomagnetic forecast in the form of aurora. 14 years ago, Al Gore predicted the North Pole would be completely ice-free within the next 5 years. And that's what I'm talking about, fear-mongering and propaganda. And we have Al Gore to thank for it, who, by the way, won the Nobel Peace Prize and has cashed in on his gobbledygook. What say you? Should there be a tribunal, and should Al Gore be held accountable for his lies? I think so. Now, fossil hunters uncover prehistoric sea monster skull at a UK beach. It's one of the largest and most complete plesiosaurs. Not only that, it has complete articulation of the jaws. The 6.5-foot-long pliosaur skull was excavated from a rock cliff in England and may belong to a new species. And take a look at that. No one cares about David Attenborough, but he is standing next to the fossil because he gets special access because he sucks the teats of the elites. If you're interested in the fossil, there are lots of good videos you can watch here, a 5-minute video on the fossil itself. And please check the interwebs as there are so many reports on the pliosaur head. Now, hospitals prepped and spent big for an eclipse back in 2017, but it was a bust. And I've got some intel from other nurses sending me all kind of new prepping for the April total solar eclipse in 2024, and they're doing the same thing again. But there is no need. For hospitals nationwide, the solar eclipse back in 2017 was an expensive 2 minutes. St. Charles Health System in Central Oregon canceled elective surgeries to get ready for a rush of patients and increased emergency and acute care staff by nearly 40% because they were preparing for eye injuries, because idiots will look at a total solar eclipse and burn their retinas. But guess what? People aren't as dumb as they thought, and none of the emergencies developed. That's good news. That means hopefully with this total solar eclipse in 2024, Well, we won't. Well, unfortunately, I think the population is a lot dumber. So maybe we should be prepped. What say you? Leave your comments below. Now, Tesla, according to the mainstream media, recalled all of its vehicles today. This couldn't be further from the truth. They're attacking Elon Musk because he is a free speech advocate, and the globalists hate him. In fact, a recall, usually when you have to bring your car in and get something fixed, means you are set back and it's a bad thing. But nearly all of the 2 million quote unquote recalls are nothing more than a software update. Yeah, the software update will be starting yesterday, and it's already happened. So there is no recall. This is just an attack on Elon Musk. Now, you want to get out and look up. The Geminid meteor showers will peak this week with ideal conditions, according to NASA. Unfortunately, NASA never has a straight answer anyway. But the Geminid meteor shower, considered the year's best, is reaching its peak this week with the highest activity expected tomorrow. So get out and look up. Now, the interesting news here is that the Geminids are still a mystery. Every great mystery novel has an unexpected twist. Apparently, the same is true for meteor showers. Now, a paper published in the Journal of Planetary Science here, sodium brightening of the 3200 Phaethon near perihelion, is a new twist on the Geminids, which is a strong annular meteor shower that has puzzled astronomers for more than a century. The work in this paper has upended years of belief about 3200 Phaethon, the source of the Geminids. According to the co-author, Carl Battams of the Naval Research Lab, it's not what we thought it was. Now, the Geminids peak every year in mid-December, scattering hundreds of bright meteors across the northern winter skies. Numerically, it's the best meteor shower of the year. And as meteor showers go, the Geminids are newcomers. They first appeared in the mid-1800s when an unknown stream of debris crossed Earth's orbit. 19th century astronomers were surprised, and they scoured the sky for the parent comet, but they found nothing. The search would continue for another 100 years, and this is the novel. Enter Never a Straight Answer in 1983. The space agency's infrared astronomical satellite IRIS found an object now called 3200 Phaethon. It was definitely the source of the Geminids, according to Never a Straight Answer. The orbit of 3200 Phaethon was such a close match to that of the Geminid debris stream, no other conclusion was possible. Yet, here was the puzzler. 3200 Phaethon appeared to be a rocky asteroid and not a comet. Well, herein lies the problem with cosmology. Not a single comet we've seen and or visited or landed on contains any ice. Yes, yet everyone talks about comets as icy objects in the night sky, which they are not. They're the same as asteroids. The only difference is their electric charge. And therein lies the problem. We are doomed because, well, we are dumb. We are as dumb as the science we put out. So if we continue to put out science that is not based on observations and is based on fairy tales, we will be forever kept in the dark. All the links will be below. Did you see gold spiked just hours ago, as well as silver? And it all has to do with the Fed, that corrupt corporation that controls your future. Gold prices are up more than 1% on the day because the Fed is signaling rate cuts are coming. And no one is bumming because we're basically all bankrupt. And that's a boom to knowledge. Proper prior planning prevents piss poor performance. That's the 7 Ps. Go get them. Become a Patreon. Support the work we do. Share this video. It's free. And it helps with the algorithm. Be safe. We love you. And that's a boom.